You didn't quit. You're really like against all odds. You're doing something that no one in the family has done, that none of your friends have done. You really don't know where this is going to end. And you're kind of adventuring into an odd place. You're discovering all new stuff that's never been done. And it's great, and you'll be mentally stronger.
Work harder. Not because you have to, but because you can. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Every extra hour, every ounce of effort, every moment of hustle is a step closer to your dreams. Success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who work. When you want to quit, when the grind feels too heavy. But those are the days that matter most. Those are the days that separate the dreamers from the achievers. Keep going.
It doesn't matter what challenges it is that you are facing there. It is the fundamental principle behind it that you do not run away. That you are open for everything that is being thrown at you.
One of the best things you can do for yourself is to start keeping daily standards, because there is nothing that'll train you better on how to consistently show up through hard times. If you're doing something every single day, then you're gonna see it under every condition possible. You're gonna have better days, you're gonna have easier days, you're gonna have slower days when it feels like pulling teeth, even if you've done it a million times. And that's how things are always gonna be. Circumstances are never gonna be perfectly favorable. You're never gonna have this constant, unstoppable desire to always wanna show up for yourself. So the reality and expectation of your life really all just come down to the standards you set for yourself.
You're a man. You are a man. Stand up and be a man. Make the hard decisions, make the sacrifices, make the unpopular decisions, and become comfortable in your own skin. And if you are not a person that you are comfortable being alone with, that is the one person in this universe that you have full power, full right, full responsibility to change.
This type of mindset to also understand, I didn't ask for an easy life. I take what comes. If it leaves, I let it pass.
I hope that you find the rest. All right? Rest with the understanding that I'm catching my breath so I can come back and continue on my journey. So I can continue doing what I'm doing. All right? But rest. Okay, whether it's mental, emotional, or physical. Don't wear yourself out to the point that you're no good to anybody, including yourself.
No one can force you into it. No one can force you to be great. You have to choose to do so. Because that's when your soul comes through. And I hope, with every bit of my heart, I hope that the day you decide, others are there to witness. That's who you are. I'm not talking to your neighbor. I'm not talking to the person next to you. I'm talking to you. You are the one. Go get it.
As a matter of conscious experience, the reality of your life is always now. And I think that this is a liberating truth about the nature of the human mind. Probably nothing more important to understand about your mind than that if you want to be happy in this world. The past is a memory, it's a thought arising in the present. The future is merely anticipated. It is another thought arising now. What we truly have is this moment.
At the end of the day, everything that we do starts and ends with our attitude. How we perform, how we function, how we get along with others, it all starts with attitude. Now, the beautiful thing about attitude is there's only one person that gets to decide our attitude, and that's, of course, ourselves. It's changing the conversation in your own head. It's recognizing your greatness. It's recognizing the great things you were put on this earth to do.
You don't make it. No one makes it. Every day, you have to be trying to do better. Make sure that you approach life with a learned perspective. You're a better person than you were the day before, and whatever you're trying to do, whatever it is that you're doing, you're trying to do better every day. That's just that day. The next day, you got to go back to work.
You can decide that you're going to stand up to life. You can decide that I'm going to live each day as if it were my last. You have the power to make that decision. You can decide I'm going to work on myself and develop myself. I'm going to empower me. And all of these things that are happening to me right now, they're just temporary inconveniences. They're not stronger than I am. I'm in charge here.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, but that our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. That it is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. And that your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. All of the time that you have spent being humble, being quiet, being meek in the corner of the room has not been noble. It has not been an act of valor. It has been an act of cowardice. Believing that you are not worthy of stepping into the spotlight, that you are not worthy of sharing your voice, of encouraging, of uplifting, of being the example of excellence that may just inspire the person next to you.
That positive self-talk about who you are will make you become that person that other people will see. I have to believe that I'm great. I have to believe that I'm capable. I have to believe that I can win. And if I do those things, we can make that happen.
The man or woman the arena has been waiting for, and your name is being called and echoed from the foundations of the earth with a plan from God to enable you to win.
We manage to never really connect with the present moment and find fulfillment there because we are continually hoping to become happy in the future, and the future never arrives. It is always now. However much you feel you need to plan for the future, to anticipate it, to mitigate risks, the reality of your life is now. Even when we think we're in the present moment, we are, in very subtle ways, always looking over its shoulder, anticipating what's coming next. We're always solving a problem, and it's possible to simply drop your problem, if only for a moment, and enjoy whatever is true of your life in the present.
The things that influence us the most, the things that affect the way you think and feel and live your life and the actions you take and the results you get, most of what controls us are invisible forces. Invisible forces, and the most powerful of forces of all are human emotion. Anger, rage, love, passion, compassion. Those will change you more, and they're invisible, but they determine the quality of your life.
Overcoming the negative conversation, that inner dialogue is going on all the time, even when you don't want it to be there. You can't stop yourself right now from thinking. You can't do it. It's going on. And so learning how to empower yourself, part of doing that is standing up to yourself. You've got to stand up inside yourself sometimes and say, shut up. That's why you've got to learn to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to stand up inside yourself. Working on yourself, watching that inner dialogue, it will determine the quality of your life.
Playing small does not only affect you. Why do you play small? Why do you choose to remain silent when you know you were meant to speak up?
If you can just keep believing, when nothing in you is working, when all your external forces have given way, if you can just manage to somehow keep hoping, just hope. You ain't even really got to believe. All you got to do is hope.
Whatever you are, whatever you're doing, do it with everything that you have. Develop the habit of giving more than what you're paid for. Develop the habit of setting standards that others will be measured by. Someone said, do not go where the path may lead, but go where there's no path and leave a trail.
There are too many of us that are waiting for right situations to produce. What I'm asking you is, yeah, you went through a hard season, and yeah, another one might be up ahead, but what are you producing in the middle?
Like legitimately, why are you guys so obsessed with what they think? Like, why the do you care? Why do you care? Why do you care? Those people are going to be in the same spot 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now that they are now. And you're sitting here stressing and being frustrated and having anxiety over what these people have to say about what you're trying to do. Bro, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. And every bit of energy that you spend concerning yourself with that is a bit of energy that you're not spending in getting better and moving your play down the field, man.
You ever had a gut feeling that maybe you were meant for more, but you weren't really sure what the next best steps were to achieve it? Me too. So what's your more? What's your destination?
The person you have to spend the most time listening to in your life is yourself. Try not to lose that respect.
Let me tell you about a voice. Not this voice, but the one inside. The one that whispers. It tells me what's right and what's not, when to leave and where to go. It's not Shakespeare. It does not speak in memorable lines. My inner voice always gives it to me straight. Sometimes that voice is crystal clear. Go, stay, right, wrong. Sometimes it merely whispers. Don't let it drown in a noisy world, because in the end, no man, woman, or algorithm knows what's right for you. Always trust your inner voice. Everybody has one. Few listen to it.
And if one is passionate and committed in the noble pursuit of excellence within their chosen field, be that the arts, technology, science, humanitarianism, conservationism, then I would say one has a moral obligation and an ethical duty to be of service and to always strive to be part of the solution, not the problem.
Success is not easy. It's not guaranteed. If it was, everybody would have it and everybody would do it. Knowing that there's a drive inside each of us, there's something that calls to us that in the middle of the night, it gnaws and nags at us. We know we're meant for more. You know you're meant for more. And when I think about that call, that sometimes it's silent, sometimes it's faint, and other times it's ringing loud as can be. The times in my life when I've experienced that have been what carried me through the hard times.
And I want to remind you that, like, hard times don't last. And I know sometimes it feels like the storm never ends. I know sometimes it feels like our breakthrough is never going to come. I know it feels like that at times. And trust me, a ray of sunshine shows its face. I'm hit with another storm. Every time I get my head above water, it's like another flood hits my life. Every time I feel like I'm getting ahead, it feels like I get knocked back down. But I always hold on to this truth that no storm lasts forever. I always hold on to this truth that joy will always come in the morning.
I know it's hard. I know you want to quit. I know you want to throw your hands up in the air, like, I've done everything. I've exhausted my resources. I've exhausted my relationships. I've done all these things. I've burned the bridges. I've hurt people. Okay, maybe you have. But there's redemption, and there's an opportunity to come back. You know that there's more for you. You know that you are destined for greatness. It's just somewhere along the way your vision got clouded. Somewhere along the way, voices got into your head and told you can't do that. That's for other people. You've done too many things wrong. People aren't going to listen to you. They don't want to hear your message. You have nothing to offer. That's a lie. It's an absolute lie. That I have value no matter what. And my mistakes don't define me, and my wins don't define me. I just am. And in those places, I have a capacity to be the greatest version of myself that I could ever be, with no limitations, no roadblocks, no barriers. But I still have to work.
Regret. The things I could have done differently or learned sooner. There's so much knowledge out there, so much information, so many ways to get better. And we make so many mistakes. We are the product of our mistakes. And oftentimes the lesson is sitting in front of our face, there to be learned. But we miss it, or we don't pay attention to it, or we think we know better until it punches us in the face. The most important thing to learn is that we have so much to learn. We all do. You have to open your mind, free your mind, so that you can learn and make real progress.
Inside of every man and woman is a fire, and this fire burns very bright. And if you look at it this way, that your fire might burn just as bright as mine, but it burns at a different color, then you have to do what's right for you. You have to follow your own radiance in life. And when people tend to start living other people's dreams out, why is that? Because you are not living your radiance. You are not listening to your radiance. You are living someone else's dreams that they have for you. What you might be doing is running someone else's playbook for your life. And if you're running someone else's playbook for your life, then you are going to feel incongruent with your radiance. If your fire is burning orange, but someone says, go do this blue thing, while you are doing something, it is not the thing that's going to give you a sense of fulfillment and passion. And therefore, you are dying a slow death. You are committing suicide at the slowest rate possible.
See, here's what I'm looking at. What are the uses for your life right now that you haven't even reached for yet? See, I believe that when you don't have enough encouragement to act on your dreams or ideas, or you're not enlightened enough, then life will act on you. You got to continue to work on yourself personally, to work on yourself professionally, to continue to achieve technical mastery of the information that's out here. You got to set high standards that will begin to set the pace. You've got to decide to be relentless. You've got to decide never to give up. You've got to find some reasons within yourself that will give you the stamina when life catches you on the blind side to get back up again, to keep on calling and coming back again and again and again.
Who wouldn't want to do things over until you have it perfect? But the fact is, you don't get that chance. You get one shot. We get one shot at this gig right here, life. One life, that's all we've got. And the most important thing to understand about regret is that in and of itself, regret is worthless. It does nothing for you. In fact, the only valuable thing in regret is the lesson you learned.
Too many of us, we think what's right for us based upon how man treats us, based upon how woman treats us, based upon how our boss treats us, based upon how our spouse believes in us, based upon how our friends support us. We base our gifts and our talents, if this is right for us, based on that. And I'm gonna tell you something. When you know that it's right for you based upon what God is giving you, it don't matter about man's applause. You gotta stop doing it for them, right? You gotta start doing it for you.
All right, I'm one day better than I was yesterday. And that's how we have to look at life. That's how we have to look at these situations. And eventually you'll stop feeling the way that you feel right now. And because of the actions that you're taking, by the time that you stop feeling, because here's the thing, if you did nothing, if you just continue to live and you did nothing, all right, you will eventually get over this because time cures the painful wounds. Think of every hard thing you've ever been through. When enough time passes, it gets easier to deal with. It may not permanently go away, but it gets small. It gets real small in the rear view.
And occasionally you'll be upset about it, but most of the time you kind of don't even think about it. The point is this: when that time comes, when the time comes where this huge event to you right now is very small in the rearview mirror, do you want to be in a better place than you are right now, or do you want to be in a worse place than you are right now? Because here's the thing: time is going to pass, and time will help heal the wound.
But God gave you the light, and you just shining. Even when they try to stop you, you still shining. Even when they try to slow you down, you still shining. Even when they try to come against you, you still shining. Even when they use their tactics to try to hurt you and kill your vision, you bring more light to it and you keep shining. Everybody ain't meant to handle the light. When somebody has darkness in their soul, when somebody has darkness in their spirit, when somebody is bitter and you becoming better, everybody can't handle the light of greatness. Everybody can't handle the light of calling. Everybody can't handle the light of you being who you are, you being ordained to be able to do what you've been called to do. Everybody can't handle that because everybody ain't that.
Take action to become a person not filled with regret, but a person filled with knowledge and strength and power and life. Not feeling it. How do I handle those days when I'm just not feeling it? Those days when I'm tired or worn out or just sick of the grind? What do I do on those days? I go anyway. Even if I'm just going through the motions, I go through the motions. Don't really want to work out? I work out. Don't really want to hammer on a project? I hammer on a project. Don't really want to get up and get out of bed? I get up and get out of bed.
Very fact that you're alive, the very fact that you were born, the very fact that every morning your contract is renewed is a vote of confidence, a divine vote of confidence that you are absolutely necessary, that you're indispensable, that you have within you everything you need to face any challenge. That doesn't mean we won't be challenged. It means that we have the strength to deal with any challenge, but know that you have everything you need, and therefore just forge ahead, and a breakthrough will happen. It's a tremendous lesson in life when you understand this. It means that you matter absolutely and forever.
Don't take today off. Wait until tomorrow. Don't give in to the immediate gratification that is whispering in your ear. Shut that down. Do not listen. Instead, go through the motions. Lift the weights, sprint the hill, work on the projects, get out of bed.
Practice only makes improvement. Perfection doesn't exist. They need to take it out of a dictionary. It doesn't exist. Practice only makes improvement. You can always better your best. You have not done your best work yet. As long as you're here, you have a chance to transcend yourself. So don't believe in perfection. It doesn't exist.
Purpose is this big, scary word that needs to be simplified. And so my first simplification is, the first is what you're passionate about. The second thing I'd say is, what are you naturally good at? What do you already have expertise or skills in that you aren't even aware of or you're not even conscious of? So many of us have so many talents, so many hidden gifts, but we keep placing them on the back burner. The third thing I'd ask is there a pain in the world that you want to solve? Is there a problem in the world that you feel really calls to you? Some people don't find their purpose through their passion, they find it through their pain. And so the way I define it is that your passion makes you happy. And when you use your passion in the service of others, that's a purpose because it makes them happy. So how can you use your gifts and your talents and the things you love to improve the lives of others?
He who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right.
A simple fundamental that we all know and few people practice. Energy. Energy is life. When your energy is low, what happens to your psychology, to your mindset? When it's low enough, you're in a place where you're just so exhausted, so laid out, it's just like, oh my God, I can't handle more of this stuff. And then what happens in that state? Everything is difficult, everything is a burden, everything is hard. But when your energy is high, and your whole body is engaged, and you feel this aliveness, now problems are things you love to attack. You rip them open. You spend 5% of your time on the problem and 95% of your time on the solution. That's what makes you a leader.
Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen.
I don't like procrastination, but if you feel like you need a break, that is the one thing you should procrastinate. Taking a break is the one thing I put off until tomorrow. You won't need that rest. Chances are you will realize that the desire to rest was just weakness. It was the desire to take the path of least resistance, the downhill path, the downward path.
See, it's time now. If you want to make this your decade, you've got to start saying yes to your life. You've got to start saying yes to your dreams, yes to your unfolding future, yes to your potential, as opposed to saying no. See, 87% of our self-talk is negative. So you've got to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to say yes to your dreams. Why not? Why not me? Don't spend time like most people going through life complaining. You got to learn to let the past go so you can grow. Many people never act on their dreams because they allow their past experiences to determine what their possibilities are. Whatever you've done in the past, that's not a reflection of your possibilities. That's just a reflection of your consciousness. That's just a reflection of your development and your growth. The future is unfolding for you right now. The future is unlimited for you right now. No one knows where you can go. No one knows what you're capable of or what's possible for you.
You know what passion is? Passion is an emotion. It's an emotion without an action. Passion will get you nowhere. Inner drive will get you nowhere unless you act on it. You have to act on your passion. You have to act on your inner drive. Don't let those feelings stay inside of you. You got to know what to do with them. You got to know how to make them work in order to get what you want. Don't keep it inside. You're so busy giving everybody else a piece of you. Everybody else is taking your time. Everybody else has got you doing things that there's very little of you left to do what you want to do. And that's to win. We all want to win. Training is hard, right? It is hard. It's supposed to be hard. Winning is hard, all right? Eating properly is hard. It is supposed to be hard. Everybody's looking for that easy path. Everybody's looking for those steps, 5 easy steps. 10 steps to greatness, 5 steps to success. And everyone's looking for those easy steps. There are no easy steps.
And whatever they hand find to do it, you got to do it with all your might. You got to give 120%. You got to have the right attitude. You got to have the right motives. You got to get up every single day. You can't take a day off. No days off. Why? Because there could possibly be 1 million people trying to do what you do.
How to do it? Wake up every morning, make your bed, take a cold shower, all that crap. I'm telling you right now, you have to be that person that leads from the front. And many of our leaders right now are not leading from the front. They're leading from the rear, but they're telling you how to do it. They're waking up late. They're not doing what they say. So in life, it's real important to do what you say, because that's where true knowledge comes from.
Do you think Michael Jordan was interested in just being a basketball player? Do you think Kobe Bryant was just interested in winning championships? Do you think Tom Brady is just interested in being an NFL quarterback? Your mindset has to change right now. Interested is a fucking hobby. That's what interested is. That's what interested is. That means you can't make a decision. If you want to win, you want what's next, you can't be interested. You have to be obsessed.
I want to quit every single day. But many dreams die while suffering. And many of us out here have suffered. And when you're suffering, I'm not talking about this physically, I'm talking about emotionally, spiritually. It could be a relationship. When you're suffering, you give up on the very things that you wanted the most. You can't outrun your demons. They'll always know where you're hiding. Trust me at that. And I'll end with this. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done.
Elevation is internal, it's not external. Motivation is external. All right, elevation is internal. They know. When they get to the gym, when they get up, yes, this is going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be tough. I know it's going to be painstaking, but they take that accountability on themselves.
To me, every day is a beginning, a new day, a new week, a new shot at life. An opportunity to come out of the gate like a man possessed and attack the day without mercy. I will get beat up, I'll get knocked down and drained, and I will have some bad days. But I will not stop. Death is also inescapable. There is no way out. No one gets out alive. Death is part of life, like the contrast between the darkness and the light. Without death, there is no life. And the people that I have lost, they taught me that. They taught me how precious life is, how blessed we are to have every day. To learn, to live, to live.
The world's tough. The world's tough. We are training kids and people to be soft in a world that continuously gets harder. You have to build a person that can withstand the pressures of whatever they're going to be dealing with in life. And we don't do that. You better have a part about you that's tough, a part about you that can break down situations and get better. And break down situations very quickly within some trauma in your life, some devastation in your life, because it's going to come. It can't be a Jersey bear. It has to be something that you can maneuver through very quickly and move forward. That takes a lot of toughness.
The fear of making mistakes or not feeling good enough. Guess what? You're gonna make some mistakes. You're gonna make some mistakes if you wanna do something out here. You're gonna fall flat on your face. You're gonna be criticized when you come out into the arena called life. You're gonna feel awkward and stupid and dumb sometimes. It goes with the territory.
If you really want to be transformed, you have to live an intentional life. Most people don't lead their life, they accept their life. And when you accept your life, you are living on things that are not worthy of your time and effort and energy. To go uphill, you have to be intentional. Nobody ever went uphill by accident. You've never read a book on accidental achievements. You have to be intentional with what you do and who you are.
To live every day with purpose and passion, to wake up in the morning and be thankful. Thankful for that morning, thankful for that opportunity to go into the world and live for them, for those who don't have the opportunity, for those who were stolen away by death's cruel hand. For them, I will live. I will revere their memory, and I will live.
I mean, we have a governor on our brains, like a governor on a car. A car may say 130, but if you put a governor on a car, it can only go 101. We do the same thing to our brains. I was born with limited horizons. So my governor was myself. So once you take that governor off, you have limitless horizons. Being enthusiastic won't get it. So you got to prepare yourself. You got to develop yourself. You've got to practice. You've got to work. You got to do your homework. You got to do your research. See, a lot of people have a yes, I can attitude, but a no, I can aptitude. And competency builds confidence. And confidence feeds into competency. See, the better you become, the more confident you feel, and the more confident that you feel, the better you want to become. You realize that you have no ceiling, that you can better whatever you've done so far. You can go beyond that. You don't become cocky and arrogant, feeling that you've already arrived, as most people have. And that's why they've settled for less than what they rightly deserve in life. Because they feel they've arrived and they say, well, I can rest now. No. Long as you're breathing, you got some more work to do. There's something else for you to achieve.
And it's not going to come to you, and it's not going to fall in your lap. And it's not going to be something that, oh my gosh, it just was so simple. It's always going to be difficult. And for many of you, this is your chance. This is your shot. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your opportunity. This is your place for you to really begin to live an intentional life.
Are you controlling the things that you are capable of controlling, okay? Because if you were to control the things that you could actually control, you would have far less chaos in your life.
Because I know there's so many people that have the ability and just refuse to get off that couch. Refuse to study a few more hours, refuse to go deeper, to go further. And that's where I gain the advantage. It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak. Most people don't want to go that extra mile. Most people don't want to find that extra because it sucks.
If you find yourself in an anxious time, if you find yourself frustrated and angry and mad because you feel like you're continuously spinning your wheels and not getting anywhere, you are probably not controlling what it is that you control. You're not understanding that we actually control our momentum, and you're frustrated because other people have it and you don't. The reason you don't is because you're not executing past the point where things that are uncomfortable become a little more comfortable.
A pine tree grows and matures very fast. An oak tree grows and matures very, very slow. But which one lasts longer? And which one is stronger? Which one shelters more critters and more birds? Which one, when it's done and over and it's cut down, which one was more valuable for the lumber? People don't go out and say, I'm gonna spend extra money for some pine furniture. They want old furniture.
If you fake bravery when you're terrified, that is bravery. And I kind of feel like motivation is the same thing. If you do the thing when you're feeling unmotivated, that is motivation.
So don't be afraid to reinvent yourself, and don't be afraid to be different, man. You ain't got to fit in the crowd. Why are you following everybody where you were clearly meant to lead? Stay focused. Don't listen to nobody. What's on your mind, just do it. Because what's destined for you, you gonna get it.
The greatest gift that you can give yourself is to find something that you're naturally adept at and figure out a way to make a living at it. Because if you do that, every day will be a play day. If you love what you do, why do you want to stop doing it?